Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam, and if you love luxury fashion, then you're definitely gonna love my channel. So make sure you like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram below for all of the latest updates, and today, let's get right into it. In today's video, we will be discussing my Chanel Trendy, and this is my most expensive handbag, and yes, we will definitely be discussing the price of this. Now, this is actually in the color light beige, and this is in lambskin. Such a beautiful and incredible bag. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. Okay, so getting right into the unboxing, we do have the classic Chanel box with the ribbon that is on the inside because I did already kind of open this already. It did come with a shopping bag, but I honestly have no idea where I put it. But what a beautiful box for decoration. When you open the box, it will come in a simple black dust bag with the little Chanel envelope with the receipt and then a giant booklet with a bunch of fun stuff in it. Inside the giant booklet, it does come with a super cute dust bag, and that's actually for the chain of the bag. And then we do have another booklet and the receipt. Inside the envelope, it is a lot of French, which I cannot understand, but I do know that this is a booklet of like an instruction manual and like how to take care of it. So when you first see the bag, it will be in its dust cover, which this is really cool because you can't always keep this to cover the bag, especially if you travel. So that is really cool, but now let's go ahead and take a look at the bag. And here we have the amazingly cute Chanel Trendy in the color light beige with champagne hardware, and this is so incredibly cute. I really love the Chanel Trendy because I love the hardware up top that does say Chanel. And again, this is made out of lambskin, which is just so soft and so smooth to the touch. There is really nothing else like it. As always, we do have the classic Chanel twist lock with the double CC logo. And on top of the hardware, it does say Chanel Paris. On the bottom, you can see that it is separated by 3 separate compartments, and it is super cute lambskin. On the back of it, we do have their classic pocket, which will fit your phone. You cannot lay it down going straight across, but you can lay it vertically. So of course with this bag, it does come with the crossbody chain, which is just so beautiful. The hardware mixed with this color of the beautiful lambskin. Such a pretty bag. I love it so much. And then this right here does make it really comfortable to use because then the chain won't be digging into your shoulder if you do make it a little bit heavy. So I also hear of a sign of good lambskin is when you go ahead and push it in, if it pops right back out, which you can see it does so greatly. So this is really good lambskin, pops right back out when you press it in, and it's just such great material. The stitching on the Chanel Trendy is just so incredible. I have to admit that Chanel is honestly some of the best quality that I have ever seen. Everything is so greatly done and it's just so beautiful. So when you first open the bag, of course we do have the classic Chanel logo on the inside. It does say Chanel Paris at the top of the hardware, and it does have some stuffing for inside of the bag. Taking the stuffing out of the bag, you can see that this bag is just so beautiful on the inside, and I love it so much. On the inside of the bag, you can see that it does have 3 separate compartments. Now the back one right here is honestly really tight. You kind of really have to squeeze in it, but inside it will say Chanel made in Italy at the bottom, and then we do have a zip pocket back here too. Really good and very secure. And then in the middle, we do have this one, which is the one that I use the most. Really cute. Now later on, you will see that I do have liners that I keep on the inside. I only keep them in when I'm not using it just to stuff the bag, but when I use the actual bag, I do take it out so I can actually use all of the space. And then for the front pocket right here, it is really cute because, you know, this just for the lot, and I love to keep like my comb in there. And then here we do have 2 pockets right here, and then of course we have the classic lipstick holder. On the inside of the flap, we do have the classic double C Chanel logo, which is so beautiful and so greatly stitched in. And then at the top of the hardware, it will say Chanel Paris. And then they did add new hardware on the inside as well. It used to just be a little stick thing, which would make the strap fall out of the bag sometimes, but they did replace it with the circle part, which is actually magnetic and really just keep the chain secure. So for the size of the bag, it will be 9.5 inches long. It will be about 4 inches in width, and for the height, it will be 6.5 inches. So this bag, it's just so beautifully made, so beautifully well done. I love it so much. It's so cute, and it goes with all of my outfits. So honestly, I love this handbag so much. So for this bag, as you've seen, it is just so beautiful with so many cute details and features of this bag. Now, like I said, it is so super expensive. Like I said, this did retail for over $6,000, and if I was to sell this right now, it would sell for $9,000. So just imagine, this is nearly a price of a Birkin or a classic flap from Chanel, And honestly, wow, it's just so incredible. Now, this is my favorite bag to use, especially when you wear cashmere, because when you rub it against the cashmere on your legs and on your arms, there's just no feeling like lambskin going across cashmere, and it's just such a beautiful feeling. So that is another pro of this bag. It's just so beautiful, and like I said, the lambskin is just so smooth. I love it. Once you go lambskin, you honestly cannot go back. Caviar will never be the same for me. This is a lot more durable than you would think it is. I'll be getting into that pretty soon as well. But first, let's go ahead. I know I already did show you guys the bag, but let's go ahead and take another look at it. So of course with Chanel, we always have the twist lock, which you go ahead and twist it, and then voila, you go ahead, open it. You do have the beautiful CC logo, and it's just so incredible. As I said, this used to come with a different chain on the inside. You never had these circle things. So when you would take the chain out, sometimes it would just fall right through the bag. So that's why they ended up putting the little circles here, so that way you can't do it. So if you do have the original version, you might not have the circle piece right here, but it definitely is a pro because it does make the bag so much more secure. So I really do love that. For the bag, like I showed you, it does come with the crossbody chain, so you can actually double this as a top handle or a crossbody. Sometimes if I have the handle out, I do carry it like this, and I do let the chains go across the lambskin. A lot of people worry if the chain going across will ruin it. It might over time if you wear it every day and keep it like that, but I do it so rarely that it honestly doesn't mess it up. And like I said, it's just so easy to buff out this leather. It's so much more durable than you would think. For the inside of it, I currently do have some liners. Now, these liners inside, they're honestly not the greatest because I did have to customize them to kind of make them fit in the bag. And even though this is meant for a Chanel Trendy, I still had to do some work. Now, this is from the brand Sumani, and I will have it linked down below. These are really cool. The middle one fits perfect. So, when we go ahead, take that out, you can see it now inside. Really beautiful. We do have this entire interior pocket, and then back here, we have another pocket with a zip pocket back here. So, a little cute, tight, secret pocket for there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this one out right now. So the stuffer for the very first pocket, as you've seen, I do have to go ahead and make it like a little boat shape so it fits in perfectly. Otherwise, it's just too big, and you really have to shove it in the bag. And I don't want to shove this in like a Chanel bag. It's just doesn't really make too much sense to ruin the interior by shoving this in. So I do go ahead and I did fold this one. But again, I will have these all linked below. And then for the first pocket, it is really spacious inside. We do have two pockets right here, of course, for your lipstick holder in the middle, and then two pockets. So beautiful. Absolutely love that. Of course, we do have the authenticity cards and numbers in the first pocket right here. Like I said, lipstick, two pockets, all made from lambskin, and it's just so soft and so beautiful on the inside. This one, I love it so much. This is such a good bag, and to be honest, I love the Chanel at the top right here, how it's just Chanel. It's so beautiful. Now, when it comes to this, a lot of people were scared to take off their protective stickers. I was like that too. I did leave all of the protective stickers on for maybe the first 3 months of having this bag, but then I ended up taking them off because I heard that they can actually get stuck to the hardware, and when you peel it off, it might even peel off some of the hardware. So I definitely did, as soon as I heard that, I took it off, and there is absolutely no scratches on this hardware right here. Now for the coloring of the hardware, it is champagne, so it's sometimes silver, sometimes gold, and I honestly really love that because it goes so cute with this color. Now, like I said, this does look pink, but they do have a more pink version, which looks like the Medusa one right here, so that color pink. But this one is in the color light beige, and I honestly love it because I love light pinks like this. This would be my favorite shade of pink, kind of, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. Of course, we all know Chanel does have the pocket on the back. This is in the quilted material. They do make a couple different versions of this, which I will talk about soon, but the pocket back here, so soft. Does fit your phone, of course not the long ways because iPhones are so big these days, but of course you can stand it straight up, and it does work absolutely perfectly. So this bag, love it so much, and this is just so good. Some people are actually afraid to use the lambskin, But this is the thing about lambskin. Chanel changes their lambskin every season. So sometimes it is really fragile, but sometimes it is more durable than others. So this one, I did get really lucky for my first Chanel lambskin. This one, it's so durable. Yes, of course, if you ever do get a scratch on it, which I have, all you do is buff it out. So, you just go ahead, rub it for like a minute or two, and bam, it's completely gone. And I was so impressed by that because, again, lambskin, your first one, of course, you're going to be a little scared to ruin it and devalue it because, if you don't devalue it, perfect condition, again, I can sell this for $9,000. So it is a huge, huge investment, especially just to like throw around and ruin. But I love it so much, and I do have to talk about the price with you guys pretty soon. But again, when it comes to like the durability of this specific bag, I love it. It is so great. Again, you just scratch it out. A lot of people are worried about like creasing right here, but again, you just buff it out. I don't have any problem with creasing on the inside or on the outer material right here. The only part that does kind of crease like the most would be right here from opening the flap. But even then, you could still hardly see it. You see like a little line. It's always going to be like that because, you have to open the bag. But when it comes to the durability of this, I 100% approve. I actually think it's hilarious how this one has no scratches, but my Prada Saffiano Tote up there has a giant scratch on it from running into a door, and the fact that the lambskin was fine after running into that same door, but it left a mark on the Prada Saffiano leather, that honestly says it all. So now we must talk about the price of this bag, and like I said, after tax, this was $6,735.17, which is so much money for a handbag, but once you buy this, you do automatically make $3,000 because like I said, bought this for $6,000, but now I could sell it for $9,000. So it honestly is a good investment. So when you think about it like that, yes, it is a good deal. And a lot of people have quality issues with Chanel, but I think this quality is honestly some of the best quality I have ever seen. So when it comes to this, I honestly do 100% think it is worth it. Now personally, I think this bag should cost $3,500, maybe even $4,000. I think that's like the normal price any bag should kind of cost, kind of in a way. But $6,000 for this, it is a lot, so it definitely is not money. I am not going to deny that. But of course, when you really love a bag, it's always worth it, no matter what the price is. So if you love this, then I definitely do think it's worth it. I think it's so durable, the quality is so good, and I honestly do think it is worth the money. But unfortunately, I have to say, if I was ever to sell one of my handbags, it would definitely be this one. Because this one, I don't use it too much, and I know that sounds bad, but I've used this maybe like 7 times or less within like the past 2 years of having it. And I keep thinking to myself, there's so many other Chanel bags that I want that I might end up selling this and getting another Chanel bag that I want. Like I've always dreamt of the classic flap in the size maxi, black and gold hardware. It is my favorite bag of all time. So this year I might actually trade this in for the Chanel classic flap. It is something that I am considering, and I think that would just be such a cute bag. So in a minute, I'm going to be discussing Chanel bags that I do want and that are on my list to get, but first I want to talk about this one more time. So if you do love this bag, like I said, it does come in lambskin only. They do make a similar one that comes in caviar leather. So if you love this bag but lambskin is not for you, they do make this in a cocoa handle. And the cocoa handle is a beautiful bag. I'm actually kind of considering getting it, but I kind of think that I do prefer the Trendy over it. But the thing is, like the Trendy has 3 pockets inside. The cocoa handle, just one giant interior. So you can fit a little bit more in it. And the cocoa handle, like I said, it's very beautiful. It's caviar leather. It's about the same price. So that's definitely an option other than this bag. So when it comes to Chanel, there's quite a few bags that I do want. I do want the Chanel Trendy that I have, but they do make it in a larger version. And I would love this larger version. Now the Chanel Trendies, they only come in lambskin, so caviar is not an option for this specific bag. But looking at that large version, it's so cool and so worth it. So this one is definitely a bag that I would love to have. Another Chanel bag that I do want is the satchel, and it's kind of like the large Trendy, but it doesn't have the Chanel at the top of it, and it's kind of more of like a classic flap, but with the top handle of it. But this bag, it's so cute. This one does come in caviar, and it has so many beautiful colors, and this is honestly a great option and a bag that I would definitely love to have. Another Chanel bag that I would love to have is a classic one. It is discontinued, so you'd have to get it on the pre-loved market, but the Chanel GST. This is the most perfect tote bag for me because it's classic, it's iconic, it's Chanel, caviar leather, so it's very durable, and this is definitely one that I plan on getting as well. I also did try the Chanel 19 bag, and the Chanel 19 bag is so cute. I really do like it. I actually did try the really big version too, and that was so perfect for like an airport travel moment. But I don't want to really get this one until I do get the main Chanels that I do want, which would either be the large Trendy, the classic flap, or even a satchel. Another thing about this bag is a lot of people do worry about color transfer because it is lambskin and it is a light color, and that I 100% would be careful with, especially if you like dye your jeans to make them blacker. Definitely be careful with your black jeans. But this one, it is really good. So far, I have no color transfer at all. Now, I did lay this on a table mat before, and it was a really, really cheap like table cover, and it did actually get on the bottom of this. I had like a little red mark from like the material, but once again, I buffed it out, and it was 100% okay. You have no marks, no scratches, no scars on this bag, so that does make it really, really good. So the color transfer, it is easy to brush away, but definitely do keep an eye out for that. Another fact about Chanel that I would just love to mention is back in the 1990s, they did used to make all of their bags with real gold hardware. These days, they do not make real gold hardware anymore. I forgot what the hardware would technically be called right now. Maybe just like metal, but it did used to be real gold. So when it comes to the maxi flap that I do want it in like the newer version, of course, because it will be brand new. But I do want to get one that's pre-owned too, because the real gold, there's just something about like the quality of it. Paying for a Chanel bag, real gold material, there's just nothing like it. So I do wish they would use like real gold materials these days, but they don't. But this is still so beautiful and I do love it. So overall, would I recommend the $6,000 Chanel Trendy Lambskin to you? 100% yes, I would. This is so fun to use, and it's because of the lambskin. It's the softest thing I have ever felt. Using it is so enjoyable because I get to touch it. It's just honestly so great in so many ways. So this one, 100% yes, I do recommend it. It is really, really pricey, I will say, but if you ever do want to sell it, you will 100% get all of your money back. So if you look at it that way, you really have nothing to lose by getting it, and it's just so pretty. So 100% yes, I would totally recommend this. Just make sure that you get the Chanel bag that you really want. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment down below, tell me if there's any Chanel bags that you would like, or if there's any that you have already, and have a great day. Au revoir.